Hi, sweet friends. Welcome back. Today we're here in our dining room and I'm getting ready to decorate it for spring. Now, this week the weather is finally cooperating. We have some sun just filtering inside and the snow is melted and I hear some birds chirping just outside our front door. This is all the things that I love about spring. Now, today we'll be decorating our farmhouse hutch that is here right behind me. I can't believe that it's just been over a year since I got this on Facebook Marketplace, and so you know it's one of my favorite places to decorate. We'll also be decorating the sideboard, and then I'll be showing you a simple centerpiece for your tables, and then I have a new wall art piece that I think will just pull everything together. And then we have some various other areas to decorate as well. So hopefully today's video is filled with tons of spring decorating inspiration. Now, if you happen to miss my previous videos, this is actually my third video in my spring decorating series. So if you missed those, I'll go ahead and link a playlist here at the end so you can continue watching and get lots and lots of spring decorating inspiration. Now, if you are new, hi, my name is Amy and welcome. I'm super glad you clicked on to today's video and I hope that you enjoy it. Before you go, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and join me here. I would love to have you back. Now, for my returning friends, thanks again for joining me. And I just thank you so much for your sweet comments and all of your support. I just love sitting down and reading these. They always bring a smile to my face, and I can't tell you how much I love each and every one of you. So without further ado, let's quit all the chatting and get to decorating. Here is your first look into our dining room, and you all know the drill. I like to take everything away so that I can start with a bare canvas. Not only does this help me to become more creative with my decorating, but it also frees up those surfaces that I can get in there and clean, because to be honest, I don't get to it as often as I probably should. So lots of these surfaces have a good amount of dust on there. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my favorite cleaner, which is the 7th generation wood cleaner. That's my go-to for all of my wood surfaces, and I'm going to wipe down the shelving on the hutch and the other flat surfaces before we move on and begin decorating.
I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind.
Now, the cleaning that I'm sharing today is very light, and basically I'm just hitting the surfaces that we'll be decorating today. Now, a more deep clean will come later as we get further into spring, and then we can get to those areas that we often forget, but definitely need a cleaning every spring.
Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. I'm gonna let the past be filled with smoke, and I will try to fix what has been broken and take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know
I don't know about you, but that was super satisfying. Now I feel so much better knowing that all of my surfaces are clean before adding the decor. That's one thing that I hate to do, is dust around lots of little knickknacks. So now that that's done, we can start decorating. For the top of the hutch, I'm going to add back those frames that I had decorated with right after Christmas. I really love that layered look. To the right, I'm going to be adding some greenery that I found from Target. Now, this is from the Threshold line. I love that it has that natural pot and the greenery is just so realistic. To fill in front of the frame, I'm going to add this beautiful bird cage that was an antique find. And then inside, I'm just going to be adding some greenery. And then I'm adding these adorable birds that I found from Walmart last year. And what I love about them is that they light up, so they're going to give a really soft ambient light to the top of the hutch at night. In order for the bird cage to sit flat, I'm going to add a book so that when we're walking around, it's not tipping and rocking back and forth.
Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
I love mixing old antique pieces with a few new pieces that I pick out for each season. In fact, the only thing that I'll be decorating on these lower shelves that is new is this sign that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I love the dark green lettering, and I think it's going to flow nicely with the rest of the more neutral pieces I'll be placing. Then a little bit later on, you're going to see the thrifted honey jar that I found from Goodwill. The rest is old decor that I've had, and I just love coming up with new and unique ways to reuse the pieces throughout my home. So here is a clever way to neutralize all of your colorful bindings on your old books. All you need to do is take craft paper and create a book cover like we used to years ago in school. Now there's even YouTube tutorials if you forget how to do this. You could even use a brown paper bag if you had that on hand. So this trick is super quick and easy, and that way you can use old books to coordinate nicely with your decor. Today's Bible verse I'd like to share with you comes from Proverbs 16:24, and it reads, "Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones."
Come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river and get down on your knees. Come to the mountain while taking in the view. You will find that life is greater than you knew. When you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will fight, I will fight. Oh, you're broken and you're shattered at the point of no return. You pick up the pieces, and you let the bridges burn. So come to the water, you're sailing with the breeze. Take a step into...
I'm really happy with how the hutch turned out, and so we can go ahead and move on to the sideboard. But for spring, what I'm trying to do is bring in more greenery and florals like lavender and tulips to give the space a feeling of life and nature. And so I'm hoping to create a space that feels cozy, relaxing, and peaceful. Another tip I have is to take a bread tie to use as a hanger for your wreath. All you do is slip it underneath one of the wires that secures your wreath in place, and then it's easy to twist around a nail, or in my case, around the iron detail of the wall art from Kirkland's.
Through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will fight, I will I will fight. So come to the water, where you will find peace. Take a step into the river and get down on your knees.
To the opposite side, I'm super excited to add a set of 3 repurposed vases or jugs. Now the first 2 that I'm adding are from Southern Living at Home. They were red and one was a yellowish beige. Now the third vase is one, if you remember, that I thrifted for only $4.99 from the Goodwill. I'll insert a picture of what it looked like before. To repurpose them, I used a technique very similar to the third method that I used in my DIY aged pottery tutorial, just with lighter colors. So now I have a matching set of 3, which I am absolutely in love with. To balance the 2 sides and add just a bit more height, I'm going to be adding this lavender bush that is from Hobby Lobby. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to be hanging a new art piece, and I'm going to be hanging it here on this wall. If you remember, I used to have a barn print there for Christmas as well as for winter, and so I thought I needed to switch that out, of course, for something more seasonally appropriate. But what I love about this print is that it has that sage green and also some browns and coppers, which I am really loving this season. So I think I'll be able to use it all through spring, summer, and even into fall. So I think that is something that we all need to be looking towards in our homes, is finding pieces that can be moved from place to place or used year round. So with this painting, I'm super excited. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and of course it was in their spring section, and so that's 40% off. So what a great deal. So I'm going to go ahead and get it hung, and then you'll have to let me know what you think down in the comments. Up next, I'd like to add something for spring to this little bench that I got from Amazon. Since wicker and baskets are so popular, plus they add so much warmth, I'm going to add this one that I thrifted. These florals were from Target last year, and I think they'll look so pretty draped to one side of the basket surrounding this cute little birdhouse that actually matches the one in our family room. Now it's time to move on to a simple centerpiece for our dining room table for spring. Now I do want to remind you that this is just a spring decorate with me. Coming in a few weeks, I'll be adding Easter eggs and bunnies and lots of He is Risen decor for Easter. So definitely, if you're looking forward to that one, let me know down in the comments. Also, because there are a few more friendly faces here, I thought it would be fun to do a Q&A. It's been quite a while since I did one, so if you have any questions that you'd like to ask, go ahead and leave those down in the comments, and then I'll be answering them in an upcoming video very soon. Do have a tip that I wanted to share with you regarding your florals. I hate to cut off and destroy your florals because if you're like me, you tend to use them differently from season to season. So what I like to do, here is that middle prong. Well, I have my husband go ahead and cut that down short. Then I took all the branches and made them go from this way. That's how it normally comes. And I bend them up this way, bringing everything to the center, and then I bring everything into the center this way so the bottom looks like this. That way, when you plop it into your vase, you're not going to have that real bare area sometimes that you have when you twist that bottom up. So that's just a tip for placing your florals in a shallow dish or vase without that long stem.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time.
To fill in that bare space in the back of the tray, I thought one of those moss balls would look really nice and add a little greenery down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that right there.
Give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you.
For this final area, it's going to be a little bit hard for me to talk about, and you'll see why. But I'm bringing in one of my most treasured pieces, and I thought it would look great sitting on this stool. My daddy gave me this galvanized tub, and I loved it then, and I'll treasure it even more now. It even has his handwritten signature that I'm placing front and center. It's been 3 months and 3 weeks since my daddy went to be with our Lord, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him and just wish that I could call him to hear his voice. I encourage you, if you still have time, make sure to call your parents and loved ones. Let them know that you love them, visit them as much as possible, and just make as many memories as you can. Okay friends, let's go ahead and take a quick look back at how the room started. And here is the final look and small tour of our dining room, all decorated for spring 2022. Remember, this is the third video in my spring decorating series, and I'll go ahead and leave my playlist here at the end so you can continue watching and get more spring decorating ideas. I'll also link last year's spring decorating video I did in this space. so you might want to go back and watch that one. Later this month, I'll be sharing a full spring home tour with you, so make sure, if you haven't already, to be subscribed. You won't want to miss that one. As always, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video, and make sure to leave me your question for an upcoming Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you real soon in my next one, friends. Bye!